What's up, guys? It's Sound Alchemist here with
Gersh1.
and we're back at it again, bringing you 40 facts on us asking you questions, because it's not 40 facts.
Exactly. This is for the greater
Wah! And what the greater Wah is that you guys comment questions below, writing question beforehand. That way we look at them and pick out the questions before the suggestions and we answer them here.
Yeah. So you guys left more questions, and our top question, or the question that we really enjoyed, wasn't really even a question, but it was by Stefan Trenam. He asks, how about a special episode, a prediction of where the universe is actually going in 40k? There's more to it, but yeah. That's a great idea. So we're going to give you our predictions of what GW is doing with the Warhammer 40k universe. Mm-hmm. With that said, you have to keep in mind GW is a business and they want money. It's all about the dollar bills, y'all.
That's right.
And remember what your boy Lloyd Banks said.
I'ma tell you what Banks told me, cause go ahead, switch the style up, and if they hate, then let them hate, them, watch the money pile up.
With that said,
perfect, Gersh, perfect. I could have said it better myself.
Yeah. With that said, yeah, the universe, I think, it's going to continue to be chaos, right?
Yeah.
Will the power shift? Possibly. I think everybody worldwide always roots for the underdog, right?
I think so.
Right now, the Imperium is technically not the underdog. The Imperium holds a lot of the universe. They're being bombarded by all places, but in reality, if you look at it, they are not the underdog. It's time to turn the human civilizations to become the underdogs. How do you do that? You start killing them off in powerful ways. There's many ways to do that. Abaddon destroyed the Cadian gates. Did he? What kind of?
Kinda.
Necrons are being resurrected, and I believe that the Necrons are gonna be they're gonna give the Necrons more of a human type of organizational path, rather than just like they're the undead and they're like fighting mindlessly. No, I think they're gonna get organized. Trades in the Infinite. What's the other one?
The Silent King.
The Silent King's gonna come back. All that kind of jazz. Godskull Thraka with the Orcs is gonna create another war with another great Wah after he's done with the Tyranids in that cold planet thing. And then I believe that that's going to push the Imperium to the brink of almost destruction. And then I think the key that GW is going to use is the Eldar. And then now they're known as the Aldari, there you go. They're going to resurrect a god, right? That's what the Harlequins believe in.
You need
to.
Yeah. You need to know about you need, you know?
Yeah. Damn. And he's going to cause havoc, even though, like, the Eldar it's gonna be positive for the Eldar, but it's gonna be negative for the it's gonna be positive for the Eldar, negative for the Imperium, because the Imperium is going to get crushed.
That's a very good prediction. What I see happening is pretty much similar to what you say. The Primarchs are going to come back, but they're not going to be able to rally because each one's going to be so individually pursued into their own agendas. They're going to be spread out, and that's going to be the winning thing. Abaddon is going to use the Primarchs to kind of make a spear and make a headway to Terra. He's gonna land on Terra, and there's gonna be a whole nother big battle, and all the Primarchs are gonna have to come and defend it. But the Emperor will be back. His resurrection is what's gonna change the whole dynamic, because once he comes back, he's not gonna be, how do I put it? He won't be as omnipotent as you think he will. He's gonna come back, but he's gonna be severely weakened, and then the whole Imperium's gonna like turn against him, because they're going to be like, oh, our God Emperor is back, but he's only just human. So that's going to splinter the Imperium off into more different ways, but they're going to get a boost due to the Eldar. Unid's going to come back, and they're going to fight Slaanesh, and they're going to be losing up until the Necrons come back. And if you know, Necrons, they're anti-warp or whatever, so they're going to fight chaos, and then while all that's going on, the orcs are gonna find out that there's actually way more crazier Tyranids outside of the galaxy, and Gaskell is gonna lead his Great Wall out of the galaxy, pushing out all the orcs, and that's gonna be the baseline for the Tau to rise up.
Oh, this is just like you being a Tau player and wanting to bring your people up. That's some bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Because what else are the Tau gonna do? Everybody else is busier doing their thing.
It's the web.
Yeah.
It's Tzeentch's web.
Mm-hmm. Trying to get some in my mouth.
That's a good concept. I really like the idea of the Primarchs coming back and trying to follow their own agendas. But in reality, like you can tell, we don't know what the fuck is gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knows what's gonna happen. Comment down below. Let us know. Give us your take on what's gonna go down in the Warhammer 40k universe in the future.
Yeah, to be honest, I liked my own thought up until the Tau.
It's tough because with any story that GW puts out, they neglect.
They neglect something, and it's like you have to include everything because that's gonna be good business-wise.
Yeah. But yeah. So in reality, what we're gonna see is just probably small little snippets of advancing the story for each individual race.
Right.
Next question comes from Simon Berjawi. Can you do a video on the Father Librarian Raman of the Blood Ravens? Can you?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah. We'll get to him.
He's a special character guy.
That's right. Special to my heart.
Your heart.
This one's by Dragon Punch 903. Can coughing lead to praise of Nurgle? Does studying for a test lead to praise of Tzeentch? Does masturbation lead to praise for Slaanesh? And does Geico really save you 15% on car insurance?
Yes, and I don't know.
I don't have Geico.
I don't have Geico. No, I have I don't even know what I have.
Hopefully it's not AIDS.
But yeah, that is a really interesting concept with all Chaos Gods. No matter how futile you believe your action is, you're praising some type of...
It's like any basic human instinct somehow leads to praise of the Chaos Gods.
Yep. This question comes from Roger Rangel. When are we getting a battle report again?
It's coming. Hopefully, if not next week, the week after that.
Yeah.
This one's by The Livend. If another Chaos God was born, who do you think it would be the god of?
People really like Malau. Yeah, the Malice.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably, if they're smart, they would bring him back.
Yeah, because that's going to get a lot of people to rally.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, GW actually listens to us.
Yeah.
There's another theory going on that it might be the god of order, which is kind of the opposite of chaos.
Should be the Emperor. This question, you got another?
Yeah. Pointless comment generator. When you guys answered the question about the warp being contained only within our galaxy, it made me think, how did the Tyranids develop the shadow in the warp if they are from an extra galactic area and are alien to our galaxy? How would they have any idea about what the warp is? The only explanation I can think of is that the Tyranids must have invaded the Milky Way prior to the first Tyrannic War before humans were made aware of their existence. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Possibly. The Tyranids, or the Loch Ness Monster is considered a Tyranid. The Kraken is considered a Tyranid. So the Tyranids have been here
A long time
ago. Another thing is, even though the warp is is confined to our galaxy, that doesn't mean that there's other warp-like things. Yeah, in other galaxies, because it would make sense. Kind of like if we travel to another
solar system.
Yeah, or anything like that, and we find life on another planet. Odds are that what we find is going to be like us. What is it called? Bilinear. So like we're split in half. Like all animals, you could split them in half, and they have functions on either side. So that's universal. Just like eyes, wings. We're gonna find creatures with eyes, wings, maybe even like gases that fill them up and make them fly like bees. Because all those are universal to life. And I think the warp is universal to the universe.
Makes sense.
I guess, yeah.
Universal to the universe.
Yeah.
It is essential to the universe.
So in another planet or in another galaxy, the warp does exist, but it's probably not as strong because they don't have pesky humans running around not praising Gork and Mork, basically.
Yeah. So the shadow of the warp is a very interesting concept. They probably have like the shadow of whatever the warp is called over there.
Yeah.
Good question. This one's by the Kaz. What would happen if a Tyranid Hive Fleet or Gene Stealer cult gained control of a Space Marine gene seed?
It would create some type of superhuman or super being Tyranid.
So like, I don't know, I feel like it'd be like a... Because you know how if they get like Ogren DNA, they turn into like aberrants or whatever they're called? And they're like kind of dumb, but they're like bulky and they wield hammers. So it'd probably be something like that, just a little bit on a smarter level. I don't know.
And then it's rumored that the Tyranids, after they consumed McCrag, a new bioform was created. What are they called? The guards.
Oh, the Hive Guards.
The Hive Guards.
Yeah.
And then they're copied from the Space Marines. So a Primarch would probably just do like a beastier flying Hive Tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
This question comes from Paintball Wonder. I'm reading about the Flesh Terrors and was wondering if all Blood Angel successors suffer from the Rage, and do other chapters deal with something similar? Most chapters have a deficiency.
Yeah, most Space Marines do have deficiencies. I mean, some have to eat more potassium. They need that vitamin K.
Yes, there's a Space Marine chapter that's based off of like the Puerto Rican culture. And they eat a lot of plantains.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe me, visit 4chan. I had to fix that. Okay, there you go.
Alright, on to the next. The Camel. Ooh. Who would win in a fight? Gork and Mork or Khorne?
Gork and Mork, because there's two against one. Gork and Mork wins. And Gork and Mork wins, because they win. And by the way, we didn't answer the previous question.
What was the question?
Well, he asked, do they all suffer from the rage, the Black Rage? Yes.
In a way, yes.
Yes. DOW 23-4. Could the Space Wolves be blamed for the Horus Heresy? No. Not at all. Whatsoever. It's insulting that you even bring that up.
Come on, they have feelings too, man.
Yeah. Because you had Logar, you had Horus, you had, what's this, the pretty boy guy? Not Sanguinius.
Fulgrim.
Fulgrim. You had all those motherfuckers.
You had a Core Pharaon. Because even if, what's his name? The Word Bearer dude, Logar, even if he didn't turn chaos, his followers were pretty much already chaotically tainted.
Before the Primarch's son, or the Primarch ever got there, yeah.
Right.
Next question.
Luke Wong. Can Slanesh grant families to its followers, especially if their strongest desire is of the followers? Huh?
What you're trying to say is, I see what you're trying to say. Can Slanesh grant fertilization, right? Is she the fertility god?
Yeah.
And is she?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. No, isn't that it? That's the, I think you're thinking of Eldar. Because there is a fertility god for Eldar.
Well, it has to be because like the 4 chaos gods, they all have to incorporate some type of emotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or some type of essence. And I think the fertility is either Slanesh or Nurgle. But what you're trying to ask is, could she grant Space Marines to have children? And the answer is no.
Because it's not physically possible.
And why would she? It doesn't make sense. Yeah. Barry Wagner asks, is there any way I can be half as all-knowing as you guys?
No.
No. You could try really hard, but remember, you need to have a window to the warp. You need to have the webs of Zinch up above. And you need a poster that says flying colors that you got at your elementary school book fair.
That's right. The hardest part is probably splitting yourself into 2 beings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, could you please answer my question I asked last week? It was as follows. In the book Master of Mankind, Big E tells Arkin Lan that even though the Primarchs call him father, they are just tools to him. In your all-knowing opinion, does the Emperor really feel that way, or was he just saying that so that he would look more like the version of the Omnissiah, uncaring, no emotions, etc.? The reason I want to know is because if he really doesn't feel like they are his sons, then I will cry. No, lol. Really, if he doesn't care, why didn't he just walk in and bitch smack Horus instead of letting Horus rip off his arm and smack him with it before he finally killed his punk ass? Please clear this up for me.
And that's all the time we have for questions. No, just playing.
That would suck.
Yeah. So I feel like he really does care for his sons. He really did feel sadness when Sanguinius died. He felt a sadness, and he felt like, oh, you let me down to Horus, because that was his favorite among all of his sons. So yeah, he's a human, a really powerful human, but he has feelings.
Yes, I agree. Towards the end of the Horus Heresy, especially after towards the end of the Horus Heresy, and even during the Great Crusade, he did care for his sons. But in the get-go, no, the Primarchs were a tool. Yeah. And the reason that I say that is because of what happened to the Thunder Warriors. The Thunder Warriors were killed by the Emperor. He knew that these beings were too savage and they were so separated from humanity that to let them be would be disastrous to humanity, because they're not humanity. So he killed them off, they fulfilled their purpose, and it was done. Same thing with the Primarchs. The Primarchs were there to be the generals of his Great Crusade.
That's right.
Once the Great Crusade was over, once the Webway Project was created, the Primarchs would be eradicated at some point. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of like when you adopt a puppy or when you take in a puppy that is up for adoption and you're just like taking care of it. Most people end up keeping the dog. Mm-hmm. That's what they are. The Primarchs were like the cute little puppies that ended up biting their owner, and the owner felt bad to kill them, but at the end, like, they were never his to keep.
So sad.
We don't want to leave you guys with a bad note, so we're going to answer one more question.
Let's see if we can find something a little bit more uplifting.
Something about penises.
There's always at least 3. So.
Yeah. Xenoblad asks, are you guys really married, and do you guys have kids? I'm married to the game.
Damn. Like the rapper The Game?
No.
Oh.
That'd be kind of cool though. Be a millionaire. No, he's not a millionaire.
I was about to say, I don't think he's a millionaire.
Yeah, I don't think he's that successful. And then, do you guys have kids?
These videos are our kids.
Yeah.
We work hard, and then we show them off to the world.
Yep.
But being serious, yes and yes to those questions, at least for me.
No one knows those questions for me. Because thug life, that's why.
Right. He's got it tattooed on his back.
Yes. Right on my back it says, for Dorn, or some shit like that.
Dorn is the only woman in his life.
No, but really, guys, if I can give you guys some advice, girlfriends for life.
That's a high five.
That's a high five. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. My girlfriend watches this.
Damn. Someone's sleeping on the couch.
Well, I have my... Thank you guys. Was that it? Yeah, that's it. Those were the questions for this week. Thank you guys so much for sending those our way to answer. Now we're going to have an exclusive Patreon version of this episode where we answer more questions for you guys. So please jump on over to Patreon, where we give you more products, more videos for a simple $1 a month.
That's right. Thank you for getting us to 50K subscribers. Thank you guys for liking the Facebook page, because we are almost at 1,000 likes. And that's pretty big.
Big.
Yeah. That's all we got for you guys. As always, he is
Gershwan,
the Sound Alchemist, and we are signing out.